points out of it. You know, so that's what I attribute it to. You got to. It's a whole team effort when you light up the scoreboard.
Did you see Brock Purdy high step?
High step? No, I didn't.
Okay, you should check it out.
Did you see a celebration after the touchdown to Mitchell? I know you like watching his celebration. Did you see that?
Honestly, no, I didn't.
Okay. So you got a couple things to watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look for it.
having played for Shanahan, I don't know, like a decade ago, and seeing how he's evolved as a coach and play caller, and given the weapons that this offense has, what stands out to you about his evolution as somebody pulling the strings for this offense?
I think he's just so detailed, man, and he just knows the game of football like nobody I've ever been around. And not just the X's and O's, but how players react. He reads players. He watches opponents, throughout the whole week. And by Thursday, Friday, he can tell you exactly what this guy's favorite deal is, how he like to drop, how he like to defend. And I think that helps the team. It gives us a lot of knowledge going into the game that it comes from obviously a higher level. So, I think Cal has done a great job with that. And, the playmakers that the front office has put at his disposal, I think that's probably a offensive coach dream, to see those guys that we have out there every Sunday.
I know guys probably say, coaches give them confidence, but when you've played for Kyle, is the level of confidence he gives you with everything you just said sort of unique among other coaches maybe you've seen throughout the league?
Yeah, I hadn't had many coaches. It's only my third, which, obviously he was with me with my first coach, which was his dad. Then I had Jay Gruden and back to Kyle. So I never really had a bunch of coaches to say, but he's, I think his track record speaks for itself. He's the most brilliant offensive mind that the game has to offer, and he got some of the most dangerous weapons that the game has to offer.
How has Christian McCaffrey kind of unlocked this offense and taken to it at a different level since he arrived?
He gave us another positionless player, and obviously George, Juice, Debo, those guys, and even Juwan wear a lot of different hats. But to be able to get another guy who is similar to a Debo, and Debo unlocks a lot of things, but similar to a Debo where can play wide out, can play running back, very smart player. So he's a godsend for this offense, and I think ever since he stepped on this field with us, it's made us a more dangerous offense.
Trent, you usually don't obviously see what's happening behind you, but when you're blocking, do you realize Purdy is moving and moving?
Nah, sometimes you can feel it with where the defense, the player you're blocking make an abrupt turn and go, left or right. Then you be like, oh, maybe the quarterback's moving, but nah, we don't really get to see that. Try to just.
How valuable is that though? That he can extend plays and
I mean, the mobility is key when you think about how defenses can rush you and how they got to play you, because you can't lose contain. The rush lanes, you can't get out your rush lanes, because obviously he showed on film that he's mobile enough to get outside the pocket, and he has a good arm to make you pay. So I think that just gives the defense one more thing to worry about.
Is there been 6 or 7 games Purdy's played now, and you guys all seem so unsurprised by everything that he's doing. Is there anything he could do that would surprise you at this point, and what would that be?
I mean, probably so, but I mean, just what we ask him to do, what Cal asked him to do, we know that he's fully capable of doing that and more. And we don't act surprised because we've been seeing it since training camp. And I even pulled him to a side right after final roster cuts, and just to tell him that, hey, a Mr. Irrelevant making the team is huge. You don't see that a lot, especially at quarterback when there's only 2 to 3 spots to be had. So I thought that spoke to his preparation and how well he did at camp.
How was it for you guys also as a team to be able to play 3 quarterbacks in one season? You just don't see something like that, let alone a guy who's never played, before, and then his first playoff start, he throws for 332 yards.
Yeah, it's the game of football. It's the next man of the league. I mean, we're just so blessed to have, 3 quality quarterbacks that we can win with, and You know, you don't see that often. You know, in my years I've never seen a team 3 deep at quarterback and all quarterbacks you look at to take you to the next level. So I think it says a lot about Brock, his preparation. It says a lot about the front office being able to find a diamond in the rough like that. And you know, I think that he's still going to continue to elevate his game. He's still a young player, and that's the scary part.
Also, for you guys too, does that show that the testament of how professional you guys are, that all of you are able to adapt and play well under different guys like that?
I mean, I could take that nod on the hat, but honestly, no matter who's back there, we got to play it the same. You know, I don't set my DN any different depending on what quarterback is back there. I'm still, you know, I have a job to do. We all 5 have a job to do, and it's not predicated on who's back there, more predicated on being, you know, fundamentally sound and playing good technical football in the trenches.
You guys are going to face either the Vikings, the Colts, or the Bucs. There's familiar.
Colts? The Colts?
No, Cowboys.
Oh,
okay. Anyhow, I mean, you have familiarity with those guys from the games, the Vikings from the training camp. So, I mean, how does that work in terms of what you're looking at the next 2 days?
You know, I'm not gonna put too much stress into who we playing. I mean, one thing we know for sure is they're gonna have to be here Saturday or Sunday next week. You know, I think we're gonna enjoy this win tonight, get a chance to kick back and watch some more playoff football, especially tomorrow, then Monday. And you know, whoever they put in front of us, man, it's another step, another test, and we got to continue to move forward and take steps.
Has any other member of the offensive line impressed you with how far they've come this season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all 3 of the interior. I mean, honestly, everybody. You look at Mike, how far he's came. Obviously, the young guys in the middle, not Jake being young, but having his first year where he's the guy. I think they all have exceeded expectations, and we knew that they were really talented. But, you know, the consistency in play that they've showed throughout this long season, especially long for a guy like Spencer, who's a rookie, probably never played football in January. So for him to continue to move forward, and obviously he rotates in with Dan, so coaches do a good job of keeping them fresh, not overloading them. But I think him, Banks, Brendel, they've all done an amazing job, and I think they've played their butts off the whole season.
I know you're a big hoops guy. LeBron James tweeted about Brock today.
Oh, yeah?
What's your level of jealousy on that?
No, I'm not jealous at all. I love the fact that Brock is getting the attention, you know, that he deserves, and you know, he is a good player, man. And I think anybody who watches football can see that. You know, I'm not saying that he's the next Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes, but you know, he does everything that we need him to do and more. And I think we can continue to win with him, obviously.
All right, Trent, appreciate it. Very enthusiastic.
Was it? I didn't see it. That's what everybody keeps telling me. I gotta go back and look. I gotta go back and look for it.